Thank you for joining us today on our podcast as we get ready for this Friday morning devotion. Yesterday we were outside and just a beautiful day where we were, and as we were working in the yard and just kind of walking around, I just happened to notice all of the beautiful colors of the trees, the red and the golden yellows, and it was just a beautiful day, a lot of butterflies flying around. I began to think about this time of year and just how beautiful it is, and so that automatically made my mind begin to think about the seasons of our lives and how so many different seasons come in and out of our lives, and each one of them have such a wonderful purpose. And so this morning I thought that we would do a devotion about the seasons, the changing seasons of our life. Life is all about seasons. Each one of them are full of experiences that shape us. They shape us in so many different ways. And just as nature transitions from a vibrant blooms of spring to perhaps a quiet rest of winter, I reflect this morning because our lives go through similar cycles of joy, sorrow, growth, even heartache. And in these ever-changing seasons, we often find ourselves wondering. We have a lot of uncertainty that accompanies each and every season. Yet as we walk alongside Jesus Christ, we discover a profound truth that every season of our lives is an opportunity for transformation and for renewing. I think about spring this morning. Spring is a season of hope. It's a time when it seems like the world is waking up. Flowers bloom, nature bursts forth with life. And similarly, there are moments in our lives when we feel a stirring inside of us. A calling to begin something new, perhaps to start a new job, perhaps it's the birth of a child, or the rekindling of a relationship or a friendship. In these moments, Christ invites us to embrace the potential of that moment. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse number 1, it says, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven." And these words this morning remind me that with Christ, every new beginning has a purpose. And as we step into the spring of our lives, let us be open to the beauty of transformation, trusting that God's hand is always at work, guiding us into the uncharted territories that will always bring growth into our lives. So then, we're going to think about how we move into summer. We often experience seasons of abundance. Those are times that are filled with warmth and laughter and connection with family and friends. It's a time for celebration, whether it be weddings, family reunions, or simply enjoying the beauty of life with the people that you love. These moments can feel like a glimpse of heaven almost, because it reminds us of the joy that comes from being around people we love. Yet even in the summer, we are called to remain grounded in Jesus Christ. Just as the sun nourishes the earth, we are called to nourish our relationship with Him. Because if there's one thing I've found out in my life, and I know you probably have too, that in the busyness of life, it's easy to forget sometimes to pause and reflect on the blessings that we've received from the Lord. So let us take time today to express gratitude, acknowledging every good gift that comes from the Lord. Now is a time that we are in what we call autumn. And autumn reminds us and arrives as a gentle reminder of the beauty of letting go. That's right, I said the beauty of letting go. That change can be quite beautiful if we allow it to. Because as the leaves change color and they fall to the ground, I've been watching that for the last few weeks. It just seems like the leaves are just letting go in abundance and coming off and hitting the ground. We are invited to reflect on our lives. What no longer serves us? What burdens can we release today? Because this season often brings a sense of inspection into our lives, because it urges us to evaluate our path, evaluate our life, and make any necessary adjustments during this time. Because in this season of change, it's essential to lean into Christ. He encourages us to cast our care upon him in 1 Peter because he cares for us. And this allows us to let go of whatever is weighing us down. So this morning, as we surrender our struggles and fears, we create space for healing. Autumn reminds us that even in the midst of change, there is beauty in transforming into the person God always wanted you to be. Just as trees shed their leaves and prepare for winter, we too can embrace the process of shedding what is no longer needed in our lives. And now we know that pretty soon, winter's going to arrive. And when winter arrives, it's a season often associated with stillness and rest. It can be a challenging time when the cold and darkness may feel overwhelming, yet winter is also a deep time of renewing and resting. Because underneath the snow, life still exists, preparing for the bloom of spring once again. So as I leave you this morning, I just want you to think about those seasons. During the winter, we may experience periods of loss, loneliness, and even uncertainty, but it's important to remember that even in the coldest seasons, Christ still walks alongside of us. He promises to be the light in the darkness, our comfort in times of trouble. And embracing this season means allowing ourselves to be vulnerable at times, but always resting in the assurance that we are never, ever alone. So as we go through these seasons of our lives, the changing seasons of our lives, let each one of them remind us that they all bring a unique gift and challenges to our life, but with Christ at the center of our journey, we can find peace. Peace this morning in knowing that change is not something to fear, but rather a chance to grow and to have a deeper connection with the Lord. So today you be safe, you be strong, and you be blessed, and you embrace the changing seasons of your life because they are for your good and for God's glory. You have a great and wonderful day.